What is up, guys, and welcome to yet another tier list video. I am your host, Basic Keen, and we are back with another Mario Kart Nitro track ranking list. This time, we're doing every Nitro track from Mario Kart 7, and we got a lot of good ones in here and a lot of thoughts, so let's get right into it. So, as always, we start with the circuit track, being Toad Circuit. This one is not bad, but it's not great. It's kind of like middle of the road in terms of like the starter circuit tracks for these Mario Kart Nitro Cups. But Toad Circuit, I kind of like. It's not really like, I know most tracks would be like a C rank, but honestly, I might put Toad Circuit in like a very low B. It's one of the better ones for me. I love the giant toad balloons. The music is good. The turns are good. Again, not like a very mind-blowing track, but in terms of the circuit tracks in Mario Kart, I think it's one of the better ones, in my opinion. Now again, this might go down once we get to like the other tracks, but for right now, I think this one's probably a B. Maybe like a B, B minus. That might go down later, but I'll keep it there for now. So Toad Circuit, very solid starter track, one of the better ones in Mario Kart, and for right now, might change later, but for right now, it's a solid B to B minus. So I forgot to order these in the correct order, and now it should be good. But next up, we have Daisy Hills. This one is fine to me. I do like that ending section with the glide ramp plus the hot air balloons and the windmill. But besides that, I like the goats as well, but, this one doesn't really speak to me that much, and I can't really understand why. It's not a bad track, but it's kind of a forgettable one. The song's fine as well, but in terms of the other tracks in this list, this one just kinda falls a bit flat for me, so, probably a C rank. And honestly, Toad Circuit might be just a oh, now I'm thinking. Hold on. You know what? No. I'm gonna change my rule. Change my vote. I'm gonna put Toad Circuit in C. I think it might be better than Toad Circuit, though. Sorry. It might be worse than Toad Circuit. I don't know, because, like, actually, no. I can't. I'm seeing it now. I can't put it there. I do like Daisy Hills. It's just, I think these two tracks are just not really memorable for me, but they're still good. Again, that last section of Daisy Hills with the glide ramp and the balloons is a lot of fun, and the song is good. I love the goats walking around, but aside from that, not a lot of substance here, but yeah, Daisy Hills, solid C to C plus track. Now we have Cheep Lagoon. This one, I'm not gonna lie, is also kind of forgettable in terms of other, like, Mario water tracks. This one plays just fine. I mean, I do like the cave section with the water and then the clams in the water when you first go in there. But aside from that, like, compared to other Mario water themed tracks in Mario Kart, this one doesn't stand out that much to me. Like, I don't know, it's not bad, but it's just, it feels kind of there. Like, more could have been done with the whole concept here, but, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably another C track for me. I think it's one of the, like, not as good Mushroom Cups in Mario Kart overall. We'll get to Guy Bazaar in a second, but, Lagoon, I would say you know what? Honestly, might be a hot take. I don't know. Probably a hot take. I'm putting it here. I'm putting it there. Might be my least favorite track in the game. Honestly. I don't know why. I'm looking at Toad Circuit and Daisy Hill. I think I'd have more fun on those two tracks than Cheep Lagoon. If I'm being real. So, final answer. Locking it in. C track, and might be my least favorite track in the game. Or at least Nitro track. But, Lagoon, Cheep Lagoon is, it's just kind of there, so, C track. Man, this Mushroom Cup was kinda not the best, but it did end on a really good track, being Guy Bazaar. This one, for me, is definitely, I would say an A, even. I love Guy Bazaar. I love the layout, the whole, like, Aladdin sort of themed, track we got going here. The music is good as well. Oh my god, the section where you glide past the Shy Guys and the magic carpets, I've always loved that section. And just the town, too, with the stalls that you can drive on top of, and you can go around them as well. And then you got the snakes and the bases that pop up, that pop out at you when you drive by them. Oh man, Shy Guy Bazaar is definitely a very, very strong start to an otherwise kind of weak Mushroom Cup, but man, if they bring back Shy Guy Bazaar with modern graphics, I would love it, because this aesthetic is really pleasing to look at. I love the theme of this track so much, and it's a good one. So Shy Guy Bazaar, very, very good. Might be a bit underrated, I'm not sure, but I love it, and it's a very, very solid 8 track. So Mushroom Cup was not the best, but the Fire Flower Cup, oh boy, did they step it up. Because first up, we have Wuhu Loop, which is based on Wii Sports Resort, if you guys didn't know. This track is great. I wouldn't put it in S, but it's definitely an A. I put it above Shy Guy Bazaar, personally. I love Wii Sports Resort being a full-on track. You know, driving across the bridge, on the highway, and being a point-to-point works as well. The music, oh man, you got that Wii Sports Resort remix in there. Oh man, it's good stuff. This track just looks very, very colorful too. It is just bursting with color and fun and excitement. You got the Wii blimp in the background, like in Wii Sports Resort. Yeah, this track slaps, man. As the first point-to-point track you'll probably race on in this game, it nails it. Like, this is the track that made me go, oh, you know what? Point-to-point does work. Like, no more 3 laps, but point-to-point is good. So, there we go. Wuhu Loop is definitely an A track tier, and it is fantastic. This might be the most underrated Mario Circuit track, or at least one of the most underrated. We have Mario Circuit from Mario Kart 7. This one is unique because you actually drive through Peach's Castle in this one, which you don't do in the other ones, to my knowledge. So, that's kind of cool. You got the cherry blossoms on the road at the start. And yeah, this one's just pretty good. I enjoy it. I would say probably a B. I don't think it quite tops DS Mario Circuit, because that one's like one of the best ones ever. But this one is really solid. And again, you drive through Peach's Castle, which you don't do in any other Mario Circuit. So that alone puts it above the other ones for me. So yeah, good track layout, good vibe. The castle's good to drive through, or sorry, it's fun to drive through. What was that last bit that you drive through? Isn't it like where you go through the pipe and then you come out? I think it is, right? That's a cool section. Besides that though, it's not really an A or S tier track, but it's definitely a B track. It is definitely one of the better Mario Circuits in my opinion, and deserves more love. So, Mario Circuit Mario Circuit 3DS, very solid B. Oh man, we got our first banger track of the list. We have Music Park. If you guys don't know, I am a music kid, or at least I used to be in school. So this track is like my dream, and I love it. It is the easiest S tier. Well, not the easiest, but one of the easiest on this list. I adore Music Park. I love the song. The track layout is superb. Driving across the piano, and then the freaking xylophone, and then you got the horns, and you got the drums you go on, and the section with the bouncing music note enemies. This track is just fantastic. Like, they went all out on the creativity, and it just shines so much. Like, this track, how can you hate this track, dude? If you're not even a music fan, or like just a band kid, how can you not love this track? This track is bursting with creativity and uniqueness. Like, holy hell, I love it. It's so goddamn good. Fucking love Music Park. So, yeah, there you go. Enough of me geeking out. I'm sorry. I just love music-themed tracks. But, yeah, Music Park is phenomenal. One of the best tracks in the game, and an easy S tier for this list. Fun fact about Rock Mountain. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Not really. It was like a B, maybe a C. But over time, I've grown to really love it. I think Mario Kart 8 really is what made me, like, say, you know what? This track is really good, and I love it. So yeah, Rock Mountain, or Alpine Pass, as you fucking Europeans call it for some reason. Rock Mountain is a solid A. Again, it used to be a B or a C for me, but over time, it's grown on me. I love this track. The song is fantastic. The layout is good. I love when you have to, go off the ramp and you glide through the pipes, or like around the pipes that are like shooting out the air. and then you're going up that mountain with the boulders that go down at you. Such a good track, and I adore it. Again, I wasn't a huge fan of it at first, because it was like, you know what, this track's fine, but it's not really one of my favorites. But over time, I'm like, you know what, this track is great. I like it, and it's better than I thought it was. And again, Mario Kart 8 really did that for me, where it's like, yeah, this track is good. So, there you go. Rock Mountain used to be a B or a C for me, but as of right now, it is now an A tier track, and I do not regret that decision. Alright, next we have Piranha Plant Slide. Here's the thing. I think the original one is good. The Mario Kart 8 version, though, which we're not ranking, unfortunately, blows it out of the water, because the section with the piranha plants that you have to, like, drive around is so much bigger, and this one just feels very cramped. Like, if you compare the route, like that, you know the room where you, like, launch out of the pipe to go back, to the surface? Like, compare 7 and 8, 7's is really, really cramped. Like, it's very small, and then 8's just, like, you know, times it by 10, and it looks so good, or it looks so much bigger. But this one, I would say it's probably a very high B tier track for me. It might be an A, but I'm gonna say B, because I feel like the one thing that really makes it a B track is comparing it to Mario Kart 8's final room with the plants I was talking about, like before you launch out of the ramp, because it's really small, and yeah. But it's a fun track. I love the water slide. I love it being underwater for a lot of it. The song is really good. And yeah, it's a solid track. But I think Mario Kart 8's version definitely made it seem lesser over the years, because 8's is like so much more expansive in terms of the room you have to drive in. But 7's, I think, still holds up. So we'll give Piranha Plant Slide from 7 a very solid high B tier. Now, this track right here, I would say, in my opinion, is the most underrated track in the entire game. Wario Shipyard. A lot of people don't like this one. I have always loved it from the very start. It's not quite an S tier, but it's gotta be at least a low A. I have always adored the aesthetic. You got the dark tone to it, the ships in the water, it being Wario themed, obviously. The song's really good. The layout is just really cool. You got the swinging anchors you gotta drive by. The ships I mentioned earlier. You got those bonefish that swim by you. This track is better than you think it is, honestly. At least to me. Like, I can see why people might be a bit not cool with this track, but for me, I've always loved it. And it's a really good water-themed track. And again, the whole vibe here is really, really cool. It's kind of like pirate-themed, isn't it? With the ships and the water and the bonefish and the purple and yellow colors. So, yeah, I like it. So Wario Shipyard, underrated AF. I love it, and it's a very solid A- for me. Now we go from underrated to underappreciated. This one, Neo Bowser City. I don't know why people hate this track. They hate the Mario Kart 8 version even more, surprisingly, which I'm like, what? This track is great. What are you talking about? Like, I love the song, the colors, the vibe. Like, it's Neo Bowser City. Like, it's a Bowser course, but it's neon themed, and that's such a cool aesthetic. So, I don't know what you guys in the audience are gonna think, but for me, that's an A track. It's an A track. Honestly, probably above Wario Shipyard. Maybe above Rock Mountain. Yeah, I put it above there. Oh, you know what? Actually, Guy Bazaar should be down here, I would say. And maybe, like, down there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Neo Bowser City is probably about... yeah, right there. And then I'll probably move these two. There we go. But yeah, I have always adored Neo Bowser City. Like, I do not know why people hate this track. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. We're not ranking Mario Kart 8's version with the harder turns because of 200cc, but this one is still really good, and I love the colors here. It just, it pops for me, and I adore it. So, Neo Bowser City. Oh, also the, what is it? Just the buildings in the background, too, are fun to look at. Like, the background is phenomenal. Like, seeing the fortress in the background, the neon skyscrapers. 8's is better, obviously, for graphic reasons, but this one still looks really good to me. Neo Bowser City. Hate it all you want, but for me, it's an A tier. So, Wuhu Loop was great. I adored it. Maka Wuhu is even better. And honestly, might be a hot take. I don't know. This one for me is an S. It's an S. Honestly, so is Wuhu Loop. I'll move these both to S. These are both great. That final section in Maka Wuhu, where you're driving off the mountain and you got the sunset in the background, you're driving to the stadium. Like, it is, like, one of the best endings to any Mario Kart track, at least point to point. Like, this track just fucking slaps. Like, every part of the track is fun to race on. Part 1 is good, Part 2 is good, and then Left 3 just really, you know, ties it all up. Like, just seeing that sunset in the background as you're gliding to the finish, it is so pretty to look at, and it's so good! Love it, man. I fucking love Maka Wuhu. Like, Nintendo, please make more Wii-themed tracks. Like, make me a Wii Sports track. Make me a fucking Wii music track. I don't care. Because, like, apparently these ones are good because, yeah, there you go. These ones are great. But yeah, I love Maka Wuhu. Like, both that and Wuhu Loop are some of the best tracks in the game, and I adore them both. So, Maka Wuhu and Wuhu Loop are now both S tier. So, DK Jungle. I think this one was kind of like Rock Mountain, where I didn't really vibe with it at first, but thanks to Mario Kart 8, once again, I love it now, because 8's version is great. This one is good too, but I think 8 made me realize, you know what? This one is really damn good. Like, I love the Golden Temple. I love the section where you're driving where you're driving through the, driving by the giant pillars that go, ah! And they're like blowing smoke at you or something. That's such a good thing. And the song too, where you got it's so good. I love it. Got the frogs in the road as well. This track is a lot better than I thought it was at first, and it's a very solid A for me. As far as we're on A tier, I would say it's probably about, honestly, if we're being real, I would say, like, right about there. Like, just below Neo Bowser City. It is a really good track. Like, I know Guy Bazaar is, like, the lowest in A tier, but yeah, final answer, locking it in. I love DK Jungle. Wasn't a fan of it at first, but over the years, I've grown to love it. It's a really solid track. Also, the Tiki drums from DKC Returns. I didn't play Returns at first when I first played this track, but I did afterwards, and I get the references. So there you go. But yeah, DK Jungle wasn't good for me at first, but over the years, I've grown to love it, and now it is a very solid A tier. Now we have another underrated track. We have Rosalina's Ice World. Now, a lot of you might think that I love this one because it's Rosalina themed, and you can see the Galaxy planet from Mario Galaxy in the background. That is cool, I will admit. And the Comet Observatory as well is in the background. But I can't let that determine how I love this, or how I rank this track, because that's not really a part of the main track anyway. As far as the main track, it's good, I would say. There are better ice ones out there, but this one's solid. I would say probably a B. Like, maybe just above Piranha Plant Slide and like high B tier. I do love where you drive in the water, like under the penguins, at that like iceberg section. That's a good one. The caves too are cool to look at, where you're driving through them, and you see the starship in the background from the Toad Brigade in Mario Galaxy. That's a good detail. But yeah, I think there are better ice and snow themed tracks out there, and this one is kind of in the middle. Like, it's not bad, but it doesn't really do a whole lot, if that makes sense. But I still like it. It's a good, again, I love the Mario Galaxy references, but I can't let that determine my ranking, unfortunately, because it's not, again, it's not part of, like, the main track you race on. It's just, like, a background element. So, if we did include that, it might be an A tier, but I can't let that be a factor. So, as far as the main stuff you race on and actually get to drive on, it's a high B tier, so, we will keep it at that. Alright, Bowser's Castle. This one is for sure not one of the best Bowser Castles out there, but it's not bad. I think this one kind of suffers from being a bit forgettable. Like, if you compare this and Wii Bowser Castle and GameCube Bowser Castle and 8's Bowser Castle, And even the new one from the Booster Course Pass, SNES Bowser Castle, this one just kind of doesn't have any, like, I don't really find it memorable for me. It's a really good track, but, like, I don't know, it kind of just feels kind of there for a Bowser Castle track. The song's alright, not one of the best Bowser themes out there. The section with the barrel you drive on in the water is cool, and seeing the lava rise into the water was cool as well. But overall, I think the track design is just kind of on the alright side. So, for me, it's probably like a B tier, and it's probably about, like, I would say, like, maybe right there, below, Piranha Plant Slide. Yeah, I don't know, like, again, not a bad track, but it's just, like, when you compare other Bowser Castles, like, you see where it kind of falls short. It, like, there's just not a lot going on here. Like, there's not enough, like, you know, Bowser elements, and there's not, like, a Bowser statue trying to kill you like other tracks have. The lava is just kind of there for the most part, and it just feels not as Bowsery as it should be. Does that make sense? Not as Bowsery. Yeah, that's a phrase. But yeah, it's just more could have been done, I think, with this one, and it's all right for what it is. But if I had to rank it compared to the other ones, it'd probably be a B tier, because the other tracks in this tier list are just more creative and ambitious, and just overall more fun to race on. So yeah, sorry Bowser Castle 7, but you could have been better. So solid B tier for me. So this tier list has been kind of all over the place. We got like 3 in C tier, 4 in B, 5 in A, 3 in S. It's been kind of just here and there for the most part. But we are ending on a strong note, because 3DS Rainbow Road, you guys probably know by now, is my favorite Rainbow Road of all time. Easy S tier. Oh, what'd I do? Oh, not an F tier. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Could you imagine putting an F tier? But, nah, it's going right here. It's going right there. I adore this Rainbow Road so much. Like, the music is one of the best, probably the best Rainbow Road theme of all time. And just the track layout, like, just being in space, and you're driving across the moon, and you're driving through Saturn's rings, and you got the final section where the music really kicks up, and just, oh my god. Like, this Rainbow Road is a journey. Not just a track, but a journey. Like, it's an adventure that you go on with this track. Like, it is not a racetrack. Like, you legit feel like you are going on a freaking epic adventure through this track, and it's so goddamn good. Like, I think Mario Kart 8's version kind of tried to build upon that with the space station, which was fine, but didn't really do a whole lot besides that, and it wasn't quite as good as this one. But this one is just, oh my god, it's so freaking good. Like, I am not alone. I know that for a fact. I know a lot of people who agree it's the best one in the series. Like, this Rainbow Road is fantastic, and an easy S tier on this list. And with that, we are done. Wow, like, this one was pretty, again, just here and there. Like, we got 3 in C tier, 4 in B, 5 in A, and 4 in S. Like, a pretty split list. None in D or F, because there's no bad tracks here, but, yeah, I would say overall, Mario Kart 7's is definitely not the best, track selection of any Mario Kart game. I think Mario Kart Wii is probably a lot better, and so is DS for the most part. But what's here is good. Like, there's some good ideas here, some good creativity, uniqueness, very, very colorful tracks to race on, and some good ideas, like I said earlier. But overall, not the best Mario Kart track selection that we've had, but for what it is, it's good. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are and what you would change, and I will see you guys in the next tier list video. And until then, I guess take care. Bye, everybody.